All right, there we go. So as we're recording again, hey everybody, welcome. Happy Monday to you. It is Monday, May 23rd. So I hope you guys are having a fantastic start to your week. It is the very last Monday of the school year here in the Divas household. And so there is a part of me that is like scrambling to get things done. There is another part of me that totally wants to like have my feet propped up somewhere, knowing that the next, 11 weeks or something like that, I will have the little divas home every single Monday. So happy summer, happy almost school year. I don't know if you guys have got little ones at home, how much time you've got left. But you know, when I was thinking about scheduling out my summer and you know, like looking at all that we've got going on and stuff, I remember, you know, that especially with my oldest little diva, not littlest, she's got a while, but my oldest, I can't even believe, is going to be a senior in high school next year. So that means this is essentially like kind of feels like our last summer. She'll be, of course, going away to college next summer. That's the first time I've been able to say that without tearing up. So I really am focusing on having a fun-filled summer, but we have to work. We have to make sure that we are still building our business, and that we're, you know, maintaining and growing and getting ready for the holiday selling season, even though we've been taught since we were, you know, 5 years old that we get summers off. So I thought it was fitting to make sure that we kind of kick off this summer with a training for how to still do it, but enjoy your summer also. Because here's the other thing, you may notice I'm a little sunburnt today. I'm the girl that wants to enjoy being outside. I live in Florida for a reason, and it's because you know, I want to be outside. I did 2 runs this week. You may have seen that in today's e-newsletter. I started my Saturday with a 4-mile. It was called the Leftover Run. So we ran 4 miles on the beach, and then we enjoyed the beach for about 2 hours before driving an hour and a half one way to the Emerald Coast Mud Run. And so I did that. That was kind of consumed my Saturday. But so regardless of whether you are working, regardless of whether you are laying on the beach, doing mud runs, home with your kiddos, blowing bubbles, like whatever it is, again, I just kind of wanted to kick off the summer talking about ways that you can work your business, build your business, get ready for the holiday selling season, but to still have fun and to still enjoy your summertime. Because again, you know, just because it's, you know, we're adults, we're not in school anymore, doesn't mean that we can't totally enjoy our summers, right? So let's dive right in. So here's what I did. I kind of thought, and I believe it's 10, although I got a little, you know me, I get a little over wordy, so it may actually be 11, but I thought of 10 ideas that are somewhat related to each other, but not always. So we're going to go over these 10 business boosting / sales boosting ideas. And what I hope that you will do is write down your favorites and then decide to do them kind of one at a time. Some of them are a little bit connected in some ways, but others are really just kind of picking and choosing. And I don't want you to get overwhelmed here, but this can really kind of map out your plan for the summer. This can really map out exactly what it is that you can do to move your business forward. So even if you take one of these tips and implement it even once a week, we have sailed you through the summertime to get ready for the next season. So understand, first of all, that the summer slump is a choice. It is what we have done for years, and I get so frustrated when I hear people say, oh, my business is garbage right now because it's a month that starts with J. Here's what I'm going to encourage you all to do, and I think you're doing that by being here or by watching this on the replay. And that's just to decide not to participate in the summer slump. Just like, you know, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to give myself that out. I'm not going to give myself that excuse. I'm not going to, there goes my printer. I'm not going to participate in wallowing around or making excuses or whatever as to why the business is in a slump. That you're going to take personal responsibility to understand that this is totally a choice. So be honest with yourself. What have you been doing the last couple of weeks? Could that be why the business is in a slump? Because here's the thing, nobody stops just because it's summertime. So if you are in skincare, people still washing their face when it's summer. You know, people are still putting makeup on just because it's summer. People, if you're in food, people are still cooking even though it's summer. If you're in romance, people are still falling in love. You know, just because it's summer, it doesn't mean anything stops. So you have to understand that this is a choice. This is what we have done to create this. So just decide not to participate. But you have to then make sure you're avoiding it by saying, okay, what am I doing today? What changes do I need to make sure that next week is not the slump that this week is? So you can decide not to participate in the summer slump, not to have a month that starts with the J that hurts your business. All right, so once you have decided, that's step number one. Once you've decided, let's talk about some ways that you can do it. So one of the very first things is to always be prepared. The thing about summer is people are out and about so much more. In the winter time, especially if you're somewhere that it snows or is super duper cold or whatever, people tend to stay indoors. It's miserable out there. Well, now we're in the summertime. Now everybody's wanting to be out. So you need to make sure that you are always prepared, that you have your gardening gifts always prepared. So maybe you spend a little bit of time this week making sure that your gardening gifts, try something new. We have tons and tons and tons of gardening ideas. We now offer the business card baggies. Those are shipping out. I got a whole bunch of people ordering those right now. We have the sample containers that are little clamshell containers. So if you sell a liquid product, they snap closed and seal so that it doesn't make a mess. We have those available in our Diva shop. But, you know, have something even summer themed. We've got some great templates that you can download. One of my favorite of all time was the little coloring books, the tiny little coloring books, and I would just take some super cheap ribbon and I would wrap 2 crayons with it, and I had my information on the coloring book, and I would give it to kids that I saw out and about. Moms are stressed out. I love the image that goes around on Facebook, you'll see soon, is summertime is when we see how grossly underpaid our teachers are. And I don't know if I've got any teachers on here, you guys probably watching the replay, but you know, we've got this next season of where moms that may normally have kids that are in school or in daycare or whatever are home. So you're going to see a lot more children out and about. So having something that you can give to them that is not a candy, so you're not worried about an allergy or anything like that, gives you an excuse or an opportunity to talk to mom. But always make sure you're prepared. Go through, make sure that your mobile office is stocked, you've got gardening gifts, you've got, you know, your hostess practice done, all that kind of stuff. Remember, there is no such thing as luck, really, in our industry. It's more about being prepared. The luck may bring the business to you, but the preparation is what means you're going to get to seal it and do the deal. All right. Now is the time, too, to think about who do you know, but not only who do you know, but who does everybody else know? Referrals are huge, and this is a great time where you can tap into that. If you have not been using these 5 magic words during the last, you know, couple months in your business, now is the time that you can do it. You can pick up the phone, do those customer care calls, and make sure that you are always ending them in who do you know who. So 5 magic words, a party plan, because it leads you to an actual referral. So who do you know who just had a baby? Who do you know who just bought a house? Who do you know who loves to party? Who do you know who lost their job? Who do you know who has a college student going away? You know, these kinds of questions. These lead to people. If I just say to you, you know, do you have somebody who wants to have a party, or is there anybody you can refer to me or whatever, then you're easily, you know, you can say no. But if I say, who do you know who just had a baby? I know like 4 people that just had a baby. It's like springtime was, you know, right a minute ago. So tons of people had a baby. Who do you know who just bought a house? Lots of people buying houses in the springtime and stuff like that. So these are all opportunities that you have. And here's the cool thing too, when you get a referral in this way, then I can call and I can say, you know, hey, Emma, your friend Deb said you just had a baby. Congratulations, you know, whatever. I would love to introduce you to this skincare line that, you know, or whatever, kind of go into that. You know, if you've got someone who just bought a house, you know, Laura, Dina just said you bought a house, and I would love to have the opportunity to invite everybody over for a housewarming party to show it off, and you can do some shopping right there in your living room. So you see how if you have that information, the referral is not just a referral, but it's even a referral with a reason. Now, this is a big time for upselling, and I want you to really, really, really consider doing this one this summer, because this is great for a skill that you will learn when we head into the holiday season. Upselling is, do you want fries with that? It is not a difficult task. So much money is probably left on the counter and the seat cushions, whatever phrase you want to use, by not upselling. So when you think about upselling, it's the whole do you want fries with that? You've got to know your product. So spend some time this summer really researching your products, because I bet there is something you are missing. So spend some time really diving in there, digging into that product knowledge, because the more you know, the more you're going to sell. Because the thing is, there's a lot of products, you may not even know all the benefits yet. The thing about the direct sales industry, the products are incredible, and there are benefits that can match anybody. So, I've recently found out that there was a preservative in a lipstick that I was using. And a consultant just happened to let me know, well, the thing is, it's not good for your skin. So I didn't know it was in there. But because she knew it, I ended up switching to her and getting the lipstick and the lip gloss and the, whatever. So the thing is, but had I not known that, had she not known that, she may not have gotten that sale, because I was not really looking for a new lipstick. But that's how it goes. Also, what goes together? What are some complementary products that you may have? If you're in handbags, do you have a complementary clutch or wallet or key fob or something along those lines? If you're in skincare, you got a cleanser and a moisturizer, got to have a toner, got to have an eye cream, wrinkle reducer, whatever. If you're in food, what kind of foods go together? If you're in romance, if what kind of those go together? Think outside of the box. If you need some ideas, look back at old holiday sales. One of the things that I think is really, really cool that you can do is to go to your corporate Facebook page, not yours, your corporate office Facebook page, and look back in their photos. There's tons of stuff. I have learned all kinds of stuff. When I do the holiday gift guides and stuff, I go to the corporate pages and I look back through. Because there's a lot to learn. Corporate offices understand upselling very, very well and do a great job with product knowledge on their pages. So you can learn new stuff and kind of scope it out, especially if you're relatively new. Go back and look at those pages that have had, pages up for several years. You'll learn a whole lot. And then the last thing is, upselling is not just about knowing the products and putting them together, but also explaining why it is that they need it. And that goes to that product knowledge as well. Why would you use a toner alongside a cleanser and a moisturizer? There's a very important reason. So, be able to explain why it is that it is a complementary product. All right, so this is one of my challenges to you guys, and it's to come up with a value-added service. I'm not going to tell you to have a sale this summer. There no reason for you to give money away. You don't have to give money away. But what you can do is give away a value-added service. Value-added services offer they add in value to whatever it is that you're selling without having to cost anything. So for instance, one of my favorites, I don't know if I have any Pampered Chef people on here, but one of my favorites was the brownie pan that they have. It cooks little square, it's like a square muffin tin. But the brownie pan, I have bought so many of those for people, but the value added service that got me started on it was that she said that she created an ebook, which meant it was a file. It didn't even cost her printing or anything. She had created an ebook for recipes for like 30 things that you could cook in the Pampered Chef tin, the little brownie pan. And now I cook all kinds of stuff in there. But that was what got me to, why would I not just buy a muffin tin, right? I mean, muffin tins are the same thing, right? Nope. But you can cook all these other things. So I kind of got a cookbook of sorts with my purchase. I also purchased a bean pot, and one of the value-added services was that she would add you to her Facebook group where she posted weekly recipes of new things to cook in the bean pot. What was cool about that was that it was interactive. So and you could look back through. So it was still kind of a cookbook of sorts, but it was a little more interactive. So think about what kind of service you can have. You're in skincare, maybe it's a consultation, something along those lines. If you're in romance, do you have a Facebook group where you post like weekly date night ideas, or something along those lines? Date night ideas for how to go on a date without breaking the bank, or how to do a date at home when the kids are home, or something like that. Those are great value-added services when someone purchases either X product or X amount of products or whatever, that there is something that goes along with it that is a service. So it is essentially free. There's no money out of your pocket, no money out of her pocket, but you're also not discounting and giving yourself less money for the sale. So this is part of the homework, is to brainstorm and think about what kind of value-added service you can create. And if you're stumped on it, make a note where you're taking notes right now. Now let's talk about it in our Facebook community, and we can come up with some great ones. Now, don't think that just because it is crazy hot outside that people are not thinking about the holidays. I walked into Hallmark. Hallmark is known as being one of the largest retailers during the holiday selling season, and Christmas is up, guys. Christmas was already there. They have their lookbook thing for the ornaments. I can't remember what it's called right now. But they have where it's catalogs all of their different holiday ornaments they will have. And the wall was already ready with things hanging, that with this huge launch date for the month of July to have their launch of the holidays. Now, I will admit, I'll be the first one to admit, I get annoyed when people start doing holiday carols and stuff like that long before the holiday season, but we have to remember that that is what it is. So take a note from the retail side, and we can begin talking about holidays. We have the bounce back coupons. You can be doing bounce back coupons for your holiday or for your summer sales to be used to boost your holiday sales. And what those are is when somebody purchases from you, say that anybody that purchases in June or July, that you're going to give them, say, a 10% bounce back coupon to be used when your holiday catalog launches. Everybody gets a holiday catalog around September, October, November. So consider starting a bounce back coupon program in June and July that they can then use the coupon in, say, September. That's going to really help you to grow that, or start off the holiday selling season. We have a whole training on how to use bounce back coupons with some cute downloads and stuff like that. But if you have no idea what I'm talking about, essentially it is Kohl's Cash. It is where when somebody buys something now, they get a discount to use later. And if you think about it, so let's say you do 10%. If somebody spends $50 in June or July, they get a 10% coupon to use in September. It's going to be $5. So you spend $5 out of your pocket, and then it's only your commission from that. So most of the time, people are not going to only spend $5. They're just going to take the $5 off something. So you may end up breaking even. It may cost you a couple bucks. But again, that gives you an opportunity to talk to that customer again in the month of September or October, or whenever it is that you decide to do it. Make sure that you keep records of these, not because people are going to misuse them, but because this is a great opportunity to follow up. You can call them in September and say, hey, I'm calling so you can redeem your bounce back coupon. Can you believe it's already the holidays? So excited about the new holiday catalog, yada, yada, yada. I'm going to speed up. Okay, the next one is to really do social media. Now, we always do a social media summer series, and we're going to be doing it this summer as well. That is going to be our month of July. We're going to be talking even more, kind of diving back in. So much has changed with social media just since we did it. I think we did, was it Facebook February or whatever? And in just the last couple of months, so many things have changed. The changes on Facebook Messenger, the changes with Facebook Live. Pinterest has completely redone their algorithm. Now Instagram has an algorithm. So there are so many things that are changing. Oh, and another one, Twitter is no longer counting images or videos in their 140 count. So exciting changes that are happening all over social media. And we're going to be diving into that again in July. But you want to really do up social media. You want to step it up during summertime, because here's the thing. People are on social media less during the summer. They're out and about too. They're getting on social media kind of for themselves. But you know, it's an easier time to be lost in the mix of social media if you're not doing it really, really well. So you want to be updating all the time. Make sure that you have all of those social media apps on your phone, that you've got Messenger, that you've got Facebook for pages, that you've got Twitter, that you've got Instagram, that you have all of those so that you can make sure to stay in front and have them on your home screen. You shouldn't have to hunt for them. This needs to be a new habit. We're not getting away from social media. Social media is only getting bigger. So find the ones that you like, choose your favorite, and then do them really, really well. Use tons of hashtags, and then engage, engage, engage. It is not just about uploading your thing and leaving. You want to make sure that you are talking and engaging with your customers, your prospects, your hostesses, your team members, your everybody on social media all the time. Now here's another one too, is to make sure that with the summer that you're not sitting home either, that you know your customers are out and about, so you want to go where they go. This is the season of festivals. So what festivals can you go to? Granted, if you are, you know, going to a festival and there's a vendor there and whatever, you're not handing your business cards out to, you know, get away from them or whatever, but go. You'll be amazed that hostesses that you will run into and customers that you will run into, people that you have done business with before that you know that you can just kind of excuse me, see again and reconnect with. Also, strike up conversations. Let the kids play, you know, in front of the band and dance together and stuff like that, so that you can. I mean, I remember I have a great friend that we met because at our seafood festival, our kids knew each other for about 14 seconds before they were doing Ring Around the Rosie in front of the band. And so the mom and I just kind of stood there talking, watching our kids, of course, you know, and ended up in business together. So it is a season of festivals. Everybody is out. Make sure you go out too. And then what are your favorite summer activities? Make sure that you are thinking about your business too. This is not to say that your business is all consuming, but if you're out at the beach or out at the lake or out at the river or out at the, you know, whatever, if you're prepared, like that very first tip, then you can start up a conversation and talk about your business and introduce it without it being all consuming, and by, you know, continuing to plant those seeds. So make sure that you go where your customers go. Another one too that I want you guys to think about, and this is another one that we can start now that will lead into and be really successful in the holiday selling season, is a community partner program. So this is when you want to think about who in your community you can partner with, to do business with, to kind of do some cross promotion that is mutually beneficial. So what I did is I started, my hairdresser years ago was trying to excuse me, build her client base, and she said, do you think you could, you know, maybe hand out my card at your parties or something like that? And I was like, well, I don't want to do that, but let's think about what we can come up with. And I said, you know, what I could do is, if you're willing to do like a free haircut or something, then I could reward my hostesses for that. And she was like, oh, that's a good idea. And it kind of got the wheels turning. So I did my hairdresser, I did my nail technician, I did my tanning, spray tan. This is back when it used to turn you orange. It doesn't do that anymore. I had, I'm trying to think of who, oh, I had a massage therapist in there. I had an esthetician that did facials. Anyway, the thing is I had partnered with them, and I said, if you'll give me a free whatever, was a, you know, 30-minute massage or a manicure or, you know, a cut and style or whatever, if you'll give me that, I will reward my hostesses with your information. Here's what people in the service industry know. My nail technician, she only had to do my nails one time, and I have been literally going to her for almost 10 years, every 3 weeks. My hairdresser, same thing. My spray tan person, same thing. My, you know, esthetician, same thing. So they understand they just need to get that customer in the chair one time. So if you can get them to give you a free cut, and I'm not giving this to everybody, it's not like we're giving away a zillion haircuts, but what I did was I gave them to my, what I called VIP hostesses. Now, you guys know I did a VIP program. VIP meant everybody, but they didn't know that. They took it as being VIP. But so that was one more thing that I could offer to my hostesses. Host a party with me. We're going to be talking about branding in a few weeks and talk about why this is important. But you want to host your party with me, because by hosting a party with me, you not only get everything that my corporate office has offered, your Hostess Rewards program, but you're also going to get this huge package of things that you can do around the city. So, you got whatever the percentage for, your sales and stuff, plus you would get a haircut, plus you would get a manicure, plus you would get a massage, plus you would get, whatever. In fact, I told this story before. One of my people actually called, and her husband, who owned a garage, wanted to start doing free oil changes because they were so popular to get people in there too. So think about who you can partner up with and who you can work with. Now, people say, should I do other direct sales companies? Here's the thing, we're not exactly service-based. So, yes, you can partner up if you're in skincare and you want to promote a first person or whatever, but that's more product to product. So think services, think, who you can engage with that does a service, so that it doesn't cost anything but time. And then the last thing is to use this time to clean up your business, clean up your systems, clean up. If you have a blog, we're going to be doing blog stuff as we head into the holidays and talking about SEO and how to have an online presence that, gets you into Google and stuff. If you, need to clean up your office, you need to clean up your customer care box. I'm going to be cleaning up a bunch of stuff here too. We're going to be taking, and we've already started, where we're cleaning up our blog, cleaning up the file section, the community, and all of that kind of stuff. So use this time. Now, that being said, I saved this for last for a reason. Okay, this is one of those time-consuming activities. Everything else we've talked about has been profit-producing. Remember, the foundation of Party Plan Divas is time management. So don't spend so much time cleaning that you don't get out there and do that face-to-face stuff, because this particular activity is not going to help you grow or build, but is going to make room for when you grow and build. I'm a firm believer in the universe will give you what it is that you can handle, and that is both positive and negative. So if you are flying by the seat of your pants and just one of the busiest people in the whole known universe, and you're always scrambling and you're always stressed and you're always whatever, I'm going to encourage you to clean it up a little bit, because if the universe sees that you are so busy, it's not going to reward you with a big business. If I handed you 10 parties right now, do you have room in your schedule to do them? If I handed you 10 new team members, do you have room in your schedule to train them? If the answer to that is no, which for a lot of people it would be no, okay, then you want to spend a little bit of time this summer kind of cleaning up and making room for that as well, so that when all of these other things do start bringing you in that business, that you have not added stress and chaos and whatever to your life, that you have added the success that you are seeking. Look at that, 29 minutes and 36 seconds. You have 24 seconds to ask questions. I'm teasing. Does anybody have any questions? All right, good deal. Well, there are some ideas. I hope that you will use these to start taking off your, I heard a yes. I don't know if that's a yes to questions or just a yes, let's do it. Great, go ahead and ask your question. And it takes a little while for it to type in. All right, I'm going to talk while you're typing in that question. Make sure, okay, so a little bit of housekeeping. Today I did go through and put all of the new events up for the month of June. So you want to go and RSVP to those. I am going to be out of town from June 6th to June 13th. I will still have access to the computer, so I will still, be answering emails and in the community and all that kind of stuff. I just won't be in the office, which means I will not have any planners going out that week, but you guys can still order them, and we'll do the design and stuff like that. Just the actual printing will happen here. We will have a Memorial Day sale, so you want to keep an eye on that. If you have been around Party Plan Divas for very long, you're going to be excited about the sale. It's going to be a first time that I've actually done this. During summertime, would you suggest sending a have a happy summer postcard? I like that idea. I think that really and truly every time that you have a chance to reach out to your customer base, you should. You don't want to break the bank. I had a postcard that I got from Vistaprint that, oh yeah, Dina, on your phone, that makes sense. Yeah. Um, I had a postcard because we actually had a summer catalog that came out. And so I had a postcard that I would send out that gave a discount to the summer catalog. So if you create this value-added service, absolutely. If you can do a mailing for that, that would be a great idea. If you have a new product line coming out or whatever, I think any time that you get to kind of reach out and touch your customer base, that is a great idea. Also, we have a training coming up for how to use Facebook groups, and that's something too that you want to really kick up. Oh, that's awesome. Wow, you have 4 more weeks. I'm a little jealous. I wish I had 4 more weeks before the girls are going to be home. They may be joining me on some webinars this summer. We will see. But I am super excited about this summer as well. It's going to be a very, very good summer. So I think that is it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. We are a few minutes over our time, so I appreciate you being here. I'm going to upload this to our training library, and we will take the conversation over to our Facebook community. We can brainstorm some ideas for value-added services if you would like, and stuff like that. So we'll keep the conversation going on over there. Leaders, I will see you on Wednesday. We do have our Wednesday call, and of course, you can always reach me by email and messenger, all that kind of stuff. All right, guys, have a fantastic week. I'll see you next time. Bye.